Why do we fish? What is it about fishing that people love? What is it about fishing that I love? Is it about being out in nature? Is it the peaceful experience? Is it the possibility of landing that next great fish? I don't know. It's probably all of those things and more. I just know that I love it. This is Clueless Casting, and I'm clueless. I made this channel about a year ago with the intention of live streaming some of my fishing adventures and creating videos of me hopefully catching some fish. What I didn't realize is that you needed to have subscribers in order to live stream on a cell phone. I had 0 subscribers at that time, so I gave up. A year later, I still have 0 subscribers, which is perfectly fine because I don't even want to live stream anymore. It's a dumb idea. Who wants to watch terrible fishing where no fish are caught on a live stream? But now I'm taking a different approach. I don't care about subscribers or live streams or really any of that. I just want to record, make some videos about my fishing journey, documenting, archiving, and learning. And someday, maybe, just maybe, I won't be cluelessly casting. Chapter 1, an introduction. I'm based out of the Lehigh Valley, which, according to Wikipedia, is a geographic and metropolitan region formed by the Lehigh River in Lehigh and Northampton counties in eastern Pennsylvania, and is Pennsylvania's 3rd most populous metropolitan area. And at least in my experience, fishing here kind of sucks. But this isn't a video specifically about the valley. I'll cover that in another video maybe. Today, I just wanted to do some fishing. I don't generally have a ton of free time to go fishing. I have a job, I have 2 kids, I have a wife, but today my plan was to hit 2 spots. The Canal Park in Allentown in the morning before work. Then I would leave work early and hit the Monocacy Creek in Bethlehem. As is typical for me, I was skeptical that I would catch anything today. July 2nd. The weather is brutal this week in the valley, with an extreme heat warning until July 4th. But fishreminder.com says that it'll be a good day, with the major bite time being from 2:11 p.m. to 4:11 p.m. I don't know what any of this means, but who am I to doubt the science of fishing? Chapter 2, the Canal Park. I've had some success at this spot in the past. Normally I am able to nab 1 or 2 chain pickerels when I stop by here, usually before or after work. Today I arrived just after 6 a.m. With limited time, my job starts at 7. Luckily, work is only about a 5-minute drive from here. I grabbed my light rod and my little tackle bag and headed to the water. I usually keep these in my car for any quick fishing opportunities. Rigged up, I had one of my go-to favorite lures, the Panther Martin. They're not great for fishing in the weeds, and this spot has a ton of weeds, but I didn't care. I just wanted to cast it out. I love fishing with these things and almost always get something, so I was excited to see that it was still on my line. Yeah, I know. It's not a good idea to leave lures on your line, blah, 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 whatever. I was lazy last time, and I used this, and it didn't bother cutting off my line, so what? Well, when I tried to put my 2-piece pull together, I snapped off my 4-pound leader from my main line, 10-pound braid. Off to a great start. And now I had to make a choice. Do I tie on a new leader or pack it up and head into work early? I kind of hate tying on leaders, especially in the field, but I wanted to fish. So I got my line, tied on a new leader, FG knot style. Figured now I could throw on a more weedless option. But then I realized, looking into my tackle box, I didn't have any of my normal offset hooks to use with these little mini swimming soft plastic fish guy things that I like to use. Only some small jig heads. Whatever. I tied it on. I don't care about weeds. I just want to fish and maybe get lucky and catch something. And sure enough, weeds. Oh, and more weeds. Man, I really wish I had some weedless. One bite, maybe, but I don't know. I got to the point where I couldn't tell the difference between weeds and bites, so let's just say 0 bites. Great start to my fishing day. Maybe I'll have more luck this afternoon at the Monocacy Creek. Chapter 3. The Monocacy Creek. Monocacy Creek, a tributary of the Lehigh River. One of only 56 limestone streams in Pennsylvania, whatever that means, and has an excellent population of brown trout and a section classified as Class A wild trout waters. It flows through highly developed areas in Bethlehem. Despite being a mediocre fisherman, I have had almost no success catching trout. And I have yet to catch a single one at Monocacy, which is why recently I decided to try my hand at fly fishing. Talk about clueless casting. I love the idea of fly fishing, and especially in the valley where there's a lot of trout fishing. I feel that trying out fly fishing might give me some success, give me a little bit of an edge at catching some trout. I've taken this bad boy out, the VFC Fly Flinger, a few times since I got it back in December, but I have had no luck at all. Maybe today's the day. My plan is to head down the trail. There's a particular area of the creek that had a ton of trout in it last year, so I figured I would check it out again. Sure enough, the spot I had in mind was already being fished by another angler. Nice enough guy. Said he'd been unsuccessful at catching them so far today, but that there were quite a few down there in that spot. I told him I was going to head further downstream and way back up, that I'd try not to disturb his spot. He told me he wasn't going to be there much longer anyway, which was good for me because I really wanted to hit that spot. I got in the water, tied on a fly. I have no idea what the fly is or if it was a good fly to put on. I even tried flipping rocks, and that's what fly fishermen say to do. But I couldn't find any other bugs to match. I don't know what I'm doing. I tied something on, and I start casting. I don't know if my casting is good. It's probably pretty terrible, actually, but I don't know. I was starting to get into a groove, I feel like. The thing about fishing from this spot, from fishing in the Monocacy, is you pretty much have to be in the water as a fly fisherman. The surrounding area of the creek is all trees and forestry. I know that every fisherman always says not to just jump right into the water, to cast from the bank a bit further back or wherever. There's no room to cast from the bank, so I just jumped in. It's also hot and I wanted to cool down a little bit. I also realized that I probably could have gone without the waders and just waded in shorts, but I wasn't really. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't thinking. Typical problem for me in fishing. Honestly, the next 2 hours or so, I really just live up to my namesake of clueless casting. I have no idea if any of my casts were good, no clue if I had any kind of good technique, no clue if and when I was doing well. I mean, sometimes it seems like I had a good cast, but I don't know, fly fishing confuses me so much. I'm waiting and casting and waiting and casting. Probably going too quickly, but I wanted to get up to the spot where I knew the trout were hanging out. I also kept checking my watch to see if it was that magical time that the fish reminder app told me would be the best bite time. I wanted to get up to that spot with all the trout in time for the big bites. I mean, I had plenty of time to get up there, but I wanted to get up there. Finally, I started to actually see some trout in the water. The water was clear in much of the creek, which was awesome. One of the trout I definitely spooked, and quite frankly, he spooked me, so we're kind of even, I guess. I was just so used to not seeing any fish that when he suddenly zipped by, my base instinct was that there's a violent predator that's going to bite my leg off or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's when I just started blasting these trout with flies. Or at least I tried to. I kept trying to figure out where this trout was and getting something over to him. Nothing. No bites, not even a wayward glance. As I kept moving, I hit the mother lode of trout. Unfortunately, I don't think you can see it in the camera, but I swear There was no less than 15 trout in this spot, all hanging out in the bottom, waiting for an easy meal. It was too hot for them to do any work, I thought, so let me send them some easy flies. This was where my lack of knowledge about anything fly fishing really started to shine. I knew that there are like 3 main ways to do fly fishing, but I couldn't remember them in that moment. And I knew that one of them was great for fishing underwater. I thought it was nymphing. And yeah, it turns out I was right. It is nymphing. Anyway, I've never nymphed. I don't know what a nymph is. I don't know if I even have one. My flies are not organized, and I don't know how to organize them. I also didn't have an indicator, and an indicator is just a fancy word for a bobber because fly fishers are fancy. But I thought, since I could literally see the fish where I was, I wouldn't need an indicator anyway. But I still needed to find a nymph, something that would sink, so I kept tying on different flies. And I don't know, I guess I don't know how to tie flies either because they wouldn't stay on. But kept trying to tie on some flies in a desperate attempt to find something that would sink because not one of these trouts wanted to come up to get a fly. So I figured I'd send one down to them. I had no clue what I had, what was what, and I had not taken any amount of time to organize or figure out what was what. I was not prepared. The fly rod that I had, it came with a bunch of flies, and even this little card with what they were and labeling everything, but I never bothered to look through them or organize them. So it's all on me. I also had another set of flies that I probably picked up at Walmart or something like a year ago, which I was also clueless about. All in all, I failed. I failed to catch any fish. I failed to best identify the hatch or whatever, I don't know, or what to throw or what anything. I was left just watching probably about 20 fish, wishing that just one of them would come up and say hi. It was hot. I was sweaty. I thought my waders may have sprung a leak, or I was sweating so much that it all pooled in the boots of my waders. I'm not actually sure which it was yet. Either way, I was done. I was defeated once again at this fishing thing. Time to pack it up. But I did walk away learning that I need to be more prepared to fish, more aware of what I have and what I'm bringing to the water. I also had some homework to do. I need to figure out these whole fly things if I'm going to have any success on the fly rod. I walked away disappointed, but eager to continue to learn more. Which brings me back to my original question. Why do I fish? I don't know, man. I guess I like to suffer.